everybody, welcome to BrickVault. Today in front of us is every single Lego collectible minifigure from Series 20. These are the organized felt out bags. I went through the entire box over there, felt them out, and I actually know each and every single one of these guys, or at least I'm pretty sure I knew each and every single one of these guys. This should be the complete collection. I didn't cut them, I didn't look inside, I just felt through, and I was actually lucky enough to get a box sent to me from the Lego group, so thanks a lot guys for sending this box over. It was a little bit jumbled on the inside. These rows weren't quite as neatly organized. I think the shipping may have jumbled things around, but I just did want to say that from opening up a basic box, I found 14 of the 16 guys in the first row, and then it took actually quite a long time. These are 23 felt through bags, not opened, but felt through bags where I got repeats, and then I found eventually the final two between the last two rows there. So in total that would be 60 figs, 16 to make a complete collection, 23 felt through, 21 haven't been touched at all. And all right, so I actually know which guys, at least I think I do, I know which guys are gonna be in each row, and I'm gonna be starting at the top corner, working my way down. I'll give you guys a full review and close-up shot of each fig, and let me know which one you think is your favorite. Let's get started right now. All right, so the first up here is the Sea Rescuer. That is the official name, I believe, of this minifigure. We've got a scuba diver with these wonderful light blue highlights for both the dual molded arms and the flippers. She comes with a newly molded sea turtle, I believe. I don't think we've seen this type of turtle before. It looks like she's holding just some seagrass or something like that. Not totally sure. It's probably some sort of sea plant. No alternate expression, but a decent enough, very kind and or friendly face that we have. And yeah, pretty straightforward character. She's also got a little turtle insignia for the highlights on her suit. Pretty good looking fig. Now this guy next up is the Super Warrior. He kind of reminds me of like an early Power Ranger, or maybe even some version of Ultraman, something like that, kind of like an old school Japanese style superhero from like a long time ago. Pretty simple and very, very direct detailing. You don't see a lot of shading or intricate details necessarily, though the fine gold printing actually looks pretty good. He is relatively simplified, a super kind of basic, sort of strong, stoic, whatever kind of face, but he does feel like a pretty simple guy. The main part that is awesome about him is the mold for his head, that sort of V, maybe victory or something on his helmet. And then this piece, I wish there was something more to it. It's literally just this electro thing that just kind of clips into his hand. This piece has been used with handles and other things to make it look a little bit more like a super weapon, but there, it just kind of sticks in. He's a little basic, but the concept is actually pretty nice. Dual molded legs aren't bad, and someone let me know which guy you think this looks closest to from some sort of IP. I'm not totally sure. I still have my money on some sort of Ultraman. Now we're looking at Peapod Costume Girl. Pretty rock solid mold for a Peapod. You can see she's got green lipstick, which is cool, and then she also comes with this pretty interesting little print. She's holding a red apple, but that could maybe indicate a different fruit here. I'm not sure what we're looking at. We have leaves and then red berries with hearts around there. I don't know what that is. This is a pretty decent alternate expression. You definitely have the perfect minifigure face for your cashier at Hot Topic, and yeah, it's fine. There's definitely so many different costume people that come out in the collectible series. This one isn't my favorite, but it's also not my least favorite. Now we've got the Pirate Girl, at least I think that's her official name here. White shirt with decent detailing that goes around the front. You can see a little bit of frill there, some basic shading, not too much, and then some really subtle dark red line detailing for the printing on the legs in the front and the sides of the printing as well. So pretty darn good looking figure. I know a lot of people are really liking this ponytail and I guess pirate hat. I don't know the name of that particular style of hat. We got a version of it in the latest ideas set, but it was a brown hat. So now this one's black. So I believe this is a exclusive piece, and she's got some pretty nice expressions. You notice the beauty mark and the chipped tooth. That's a really, really nice, very subtle sort of thing. It's weird how the chip is almost like right at there at the top. It almost looks like she's got something in her teeth. I think somebody could maybe use that and pretend it's like something in your teeth. You could have a funny scene with sort of like a lady on a date or something and she's got food in her mouth or something like that. Anyways, pretty decent all around though. I do like the very subtle color details for the legs. That is my personal favorite part about this. She came with one sword, but one came as an extra, so she's dual wielding this time around. Looks like I got a second pirate girl, which isn't such bad news. I think I mistaken this piece to be the feather in the tournament knight, but not bad news because I'm just gonna add her to my new pirate ship. So looks like I didn't feel it out perfectly right this time around. And now we are looking at the tournament knight. I thought this was the tournament knight the first time when I felt through the bag feeling this feather piece. It's the same shape as the one in the pirate girl. That's what threw me off. I forgot that there was two different ones of those in two different packs here, but look at this broadsword. Such an awesome piece. So good. I really like that piece just in general. The print for this guy is great. We've got a raven or a crow. I don't know which one it's supposed to be exactly. And wonderful bright details that make up the front and back of the knight. He's also got a pretty darn good face print. Cheekbones and varied color for the facial hair there. And sort of the old-timey mustache too. Even his facial hair kind of feels like it's from another generation. Pretty darn good-looking guy. I know we get tons of knights in the past, but this is one of my favorite for sure from the collection. Now officially I believe his name is Martial Arts Boy, but I am definitely getting some Karate Kid vibes from this minifigure. The parted hair is kind of one of those giveaway pieces there. You just don't get a hair mold like this ever. Also the bandana as well. I don't believe the symbol's exactly the same, but there you go. We have basically the Karate Kid. This also looks really good in the back. Nice alternate expression. This is such a simple kind of design, but it feels a little bit more realistic there. And then the nunchucks, what we have, this isn't a piece that you can separate. This is all a solid piece, which I think is really interesting. I'll be curious to see how this gets used in the future, if they're going to be making more nunchuck pieces quite like this. I don't know, but for now it's a very interesting accessory and a pretty good throwback. Simple kid. Now next up is the Space Fan. She's got the really nice pink space cap with the ponytail coming out the back. That is set 918, the space transport from Classic Space, a 1979 set. Print on her shirt, another little Classic Space logo, a heart and a star as well. And she also comes with this extra piece here, which she just doesn't have space to hold onto, but it's the sort of schematics of what this NASA rocket would look like. So you've got NASA, you've got Classic Space, and yeah, and just a general space hat. Nice pieces. All of these prints are fun. All of the parts are pretty nice. This is definitely a fun figure to get. She's also got a pretty nice happy expression in there. She's got the science or experimenting expression as well, because she's more than just a fan. It looks like she probably tinkers around as well, because she's got the goggles, the wrench. You can kind of make this figure doing a lot of different things. Definitely a figure that they spent, I think, a lot of time making look good. But at the end of the day, the details here are all pretty simple. So let's move on. Officially, I think this is the Llama costume girl, though I like to call her Llama Lady. The print here is basic, simple, but once again, these costume figures are pretty much that, and it's all about the funny mold that you put on the top here. This is a pretty good mold for a llama. I mean, I like the llama head. I like llamas in general. I like this figure more than other costume figures because I like llamas more than a lot of the other animals that are already there. She's got little toe prints there. Basic, super basic, but definitely a fun figure, at least for me. Also, like, look at that. She's got the big red lipstick and sort of the cheesy smile. Good. It's a really good expression. This is probably one of my favorite from the collection. It's just so different and a little bit funnier, I think. So there we go. There's also a really easy figure to feel out in the bag if you couldn't guess. Now, in general, I don't really mind if I see repeated figures or have certain types of characters that we've had before in the past. But this time, I wasn't super excited about the athlete. The prints here are decent, though. You can see, I think that's Adidas, or it looks like something very close to Adidas that she's wearing in terms of the print for her shoes and the shorts. So this is a sponsored athlete with a gold medal. And yeah, also I like the alternate expression. It's actually a pretty good one with like the little bit of the workout face and just a little corner smile for a dimple, which is good. She's holding one of the discs. She's got a spear, so this is a pretty interesting Olympic athlete, it looks like, at least. And yeah, detail-wise, nothing wrong with this figure, just not one of the figs that I got particularly excited about for this collection. Officially named the 80s musician. He might be my favorite from this wave, from the collectible minifigure series 20. The keytar mold is awesome. I like that they have a little bit of molding for the knobs up there as well, above the keys. That's a nice little detail to include. And then getting a better look at the jacket and the alternate expression. This is just an awesome looking print. It says tour. It's that classic 80s weird font with the kind of mirror reflection in the back. He's got a really great, rocking out, singing face. So this is a guide that I think will be very helpful when people are putting together bands. Also, the print with the belt and pink pants is just an interesting and useful piece to have on top of that. Now, not all collectible figures from a collectible minifigure series have to be really interesting and unique and out there. This is a really simple character. We've got Pyjama Girl. She likes bunny rabbits. She comes with a bunny mold that looks great. I really like this basic stuffed bunny rabbit that we have, the little plushie, and there's a very subtle little bunny rabbit head print all around the outside of the pink pajamas. But this is her singular expression. Very simple. Now we've got the perfect mold piece for a happiness bunny from Shin-Chan. I won't say anything more about that. Let's move on. Along with the musician guy, or 80s musician guy, the Pinata boy is also one of my favorite figures to get. Number one, the poncho piece. The actual cloth poncho piece here is so cool. You get an extra one of these also when you get this guy, so that's awesome. You can use it for, I think, a variety of different things, but it's just so colorful and the pattern is so intricate. Also, this Pinata piece is just wonderfully made. I love the mold. It's so simple, yet also very, very recognizable. This huge sombrero style hat looks great. I think it has little maraca prints that go all around the outside. He comes with just a basic stick. There's no printing on his torso piece. That is just a white torso. I'm not even gonna bother taking off the poncho. There's no print there. Pretty simple, sort of very happy expression. I'm assuming it's his birthday. And even though he's my favorite figure, there isn't really much going on with the figure so much as just the really fun accessories. Not much in terms of printing, just the actual pieces are great here. Now we've immediately moved into the third figure that is officially in my top 3 for favorite fig of this collection, and this is the Breakdancer. That's the basic name. I thought it was Hip Hop Girl, but I believe the official title for her is Breakdancer. Really, really good prints that we have for her. She's got sort of that classic like midriff look that you get from early hip hop. This was very much like a 90s sort of style as well. The dual molded legs with the high top shoes is fun. This isn't pink, it's sort of like that peachy color that's kind of new. In fact, this is still one of the more recent colors that's been brought back into the Lego color scheme as well. So she's got some nice color highlights. I think the lips are also matching the same way. Just a fun looking character through and through, and then the hat tilted to the side is a pretty nice touch. Yeah, really, really good looking fig. I think the dark red hair contrasts really well with this teal boombox. And yeah, just a fun fig to get through and through for the collection. Now here is the Viking, a pretty colorful warrior here. His blue is quite vibrant. He's also got the kind of lighter orange for his facial hair, which is nice. It contrasts pretty well. He's got the olive green tunic and the brown leather underneath. I think he's probably a pretty historically accurate figure, minus the fact that he's just so dang colorful. Now here is the figure without any of his accessories. I honestly think he would work better on his own if he didn't have any blueprinting in the front and zero blueprinting in the back. You could take his blue cape off and give him to somebody else, and this guy would still work, I think, a little bit better without any extra blue on him. I do like the subtle brown and black sort of woven detailing that goes along the edge of the boots. Let me put everything back on real quick. And I don't know, it might be hard to say, but he could be number 4 in terms of favorite figs of the collection. He looks pretty good when he's completely put together. Now, Drone Boy, I have a feeling might be a lot of favorite people's figs. He's just got a lot of interesting pieces that come with him. He's a very unique character. This drone, I believe, looks like a pretty popular, pretty well-known design that's actually out there on the market right now, and it's kind of funny that he comes with a band-aid. Like, I'm assuming that's because you maybe think he might have accidentally run the drone into his face at some point. Let's hope that isn't the case, but kind of looks like they're suggesting that. The print for his torso is kind of nice. You can see what looks like a T on his shirt. If that's a T for like a drone company or something that I don't know about, somebody let me know in the comments below. Teal cap is a nice touch, just because you're just getting more pieces in that nice teal color. And see if I can get that back on his hand. And honestly, the build for his drone is actually a pretty rock solid one. This is probably the best Lego drone that we've had, that I think we've had. This is a really, really fun mold that makes up that body. Now we're finishing off with my personal least favorite fig from the collection. This is the 10-year anniversary of the collectible minifigure series. You can see the 10. That print isn't bad, but there's nothing particularly exciting about these minifigures. It's just a mold. It's actually a solid torso mold. It's the same type that we got from the red and the blue from one of the previous collections. This time it's green, and he comes with a little plaque that says 10. No alternate expression, though if you did notice, this hairpiece is a little bit different and unique. This might be the first time, it's the first time I'm seeing it on a minifigure, though I don't know if this is an actual exclusive piece. It looks okay, it looks pretty decent. It's kind of that swept forward, modern, almost not, I'm not gonna say emo, but it kind of has a little bit of those vibes, though there are other hair pieces that I think fit that style I'm talking about a little bit better. Anyways, yeah, he's a green version of a fig that we've already gotten red and blue for, and I kind of hope that they don't keep doing this. Like, oh, maybe you can get a whole rainbow of Lego minifigure bricks, but personally, I think 3 at this point is already too many. All right, and here is the entire collection together. A pretty colorful group of characters, not gonna lie. Nothing here really pops out in terms of very impressive detail printing, except for Breakdance Girl has some great prints. Also, the musician has some really great prints. I found that over the years, the things that really draw me to collectible figs is the printing more than the accessories. I know some people like the special mold pieces more than the printing, but I think just in terms of the way I judge a minifigure, yeah, over the years it really has become about the prints more than the molds for me. Now, of course, there are exceptions to that rule. I like llamas. I like the llama mold for the llama costume girl. That actually works really well. I also really like that mold for the pirate girl. The poncho piece is excellent. The poncho cloth piece is probably the single most excellent piece, in my opinion, from this collection. But anyways, this is very much an opinion-based review because for the most part, I think LEGO does a really good job with the figs that they produce for the collectible series. There are definitely some simple prints or some simple ideas, like for example, the 10-year anniversary fig feels just kind of like, hey, let's take a guy, let's just change the color. All right, we're done. There is that, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. So anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you to the LEGO group for sending these figs over to us to do a review. If you enjoy our content, you can always like or subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.